Welcome to another episode of Toya Talks Wrestling. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about CM Punk. So, CM Punk made his appearance on Smackdown. As he said, he was going to talk about his arm and the update on his arm and everything else. He talked about basically talking to Chicago, talked about the last time he was at I think it was the All-State Arena. Could be wrong on that name, but and how back in 2011 how he left with the WWE Championship after beating John Cena. Talked about some other things. It was like a feel good moment at the time. Then as he was talking about Drew McIntyre and how he had promised Drew that he will never get to see that championship. You know, he shouldn't have like prayed or wished for his arm to be broke or him to be injured or something like that, and basically like karma's a bitch and shit like that. Then out comes Paul Heyman, and it was a really feel good moment because I think that is like the first time Paul Heyman and CM Punk interaction with each other since Punk got back. I don't think they had ever had anything. Anyways, Paul Heyman, was basically talking to CM Punk and telling him, like, CM Punk was his best friend. Like, CM Punk sat next to his children when he was inducted in the Hall of Fame. And, you don't come with disrespect or anything else like that and everything else. But he was outside the ring and he was, like, asking for permission to come inside the ring. And he was talking about how he was the wise man to the tribal chief, that CM Punk is like his son's best friend and stuff like that. And then there was like Roman chants, and CM Punk was like he said something about only Paul Heyman can get Chicago to yell out "We want Roman chants," and basically said, get in here. Get in the ring, and it's like Paul Heyman looks disheveled. He's been through some stuff, and CM Punk's like, "Are you alright?" and everything else. They give like a hug and everything else, and it was like such a great moment. And you can see just Paul Heyman was like, man, like he even said like I needed that, because he like after he stepped away from the hug, he's like I needed that. But you could totally tell he was like, Paul Heyman is stressed. Okay, the new bloodline is stressing Paul Heyman out. Well, basically, Paul Heyman was out there just to let CM Punk know that he was, like he said, he was in the car and he was listening to the radio and he's saying that Chicago is CM Punk town, which obviously is from there, so obviously it's his city, obviously. But Solo Sikoa thinks that every city that he's in is his town, and basically was warning CM Punk to get out the ring, because if he don't, he's going to be in danger of CM Punk and the 2.0 bloodline. And CM Punk is like, you want me to like leave the ring because of Solo Sikoa and the Tongas? And that's what he said. And he's like, as soon as he said it, he's like, I think he shook his head. And as soon as he said it, like Solo comes out, Solo Tama and Tangaloa come out, and basically it's like, hey, CM Punk, you're on SmackDown, this is my show. We don't mind you being on the show, but you need to show some respect. You need to like let us know that you're coming to our show, and then maybe we'll let you on and stuff like that. So you got like two choices. You either acknowledge me, acknowledge us, or we'll just beat the crap out of you, basically. So you won't be able to ever be you wouldn't be cleared to get medically cleared. We'll make sure that you're not medically cleared. That's basically what he said. And then because Paul Heyman before asked for like a favor. He said, do this favor for me. I have two favors I need to ask of you. And he said, do the favor of leaving. That was one favor. And then Punk was like, what's the other favor you wanted from me? He's like, if I leave, he says, take me with you. So, like, Paul Heyman is, like, done with this bloodline. He, like, wants out. He's like, I want no part of this bloodline. I want to go. Like, please, take me with you. Like, he's, like, legitimately, like, just pleading and begging that he wants to go with Punk. Like, if Punk leaves, Chicago, Paul Heyman wants to be in the same car. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to go with you. Right. So then, like, Punk, you know, he raises up the one finger and he's like, Solo, the bloodline or something like that, I acknowledge you as a bunch of fake ass, he called Tama Tonga and Tongaloa fake ass Usos and pretty much called a Solo a wannabe, tribal chief. And then that's when Solo and the rest of the bloodline go up on the apron, about to go inside the ring, and then they went inside the ring, and it was basically going to be a 3-on-1. But then here comes to the rescue Cody Rhodes with a couple of bats. He gave one bat to CM Punk, and then they pretty much backed off. The bloodline backed off and everything else, and Cody Rhodes grabbed the mic and basically was like, you know, he's like, you're the head of the table now, right? And Solo's like, damn right. Cause, well, I already beat one head of the table. I don't mind being another head of the table. So I will see you tonight. It wasn't for the title, but it was tonight. 1-on-1, no Tama Tonga, no Tongaloa, and then no Kevin Owens and no Randy Orton. It was just those two at the main event for tonight. So they had that match then. But this is not the end of what we see of CM Punk. So CM Punk, you know, you got lucky with the bloodline. Didn't get so lucky later on in the night though. So there was a scene where I think Kayla was interviewing Grayson Waller, and you see DIY coming in there and basically starting trouble, trying to like start a turmoil between them, Grayson, and what's his face, Austin Theory. But at the time, you see a bunch of banging. You hear a bunch of banging, right, on like the like a door. It's like a garage door thing, and you're banging, right? And it's like someone trying to knock on the door, or someone trying to get in, right? And you see a hairboard, and you hear like this big old bang, and then slowly the door opens up, and you see a man standing there in all black, and it is no other than Drew McIntyre. Yes, Drew McIntyre standing tall, and you see another guy on the ground, bloody, beaten. And who is that? Yes, you guessed it. CM Punk. Lying on the ground, just pretty much just broken. Then Drew McIntyre picks up CM Punk. Now they're like in a parking lot area. He carries him over the shoulder like a firearm carries him on his shoulders. Basically walks through the parking lot, do the backstage, do Gorilla, past like Riches and Triple H and Nick Alton and all these other people, and goes up to the stage, goes through the Gorilla, goes through the stage, and just plops CM Punk on the stage. He does he kneels down on one knee. He does the whole like when CM Punk does the circle of the hand thing and checks his time and says before he says clobbering time, whatever. He did that. He took a bracelet from CM Punk, and I think it's the bracelet that has his wife and his dog's name on it. And he took that, he put it in his pocket. Here comes like security and everything else. Nick Aldis comes out and says, "What do you think you're doing, man?" and everything else, and Drew McIntyre pretty much shoves Nick Aldis, and then Nick Aldis was like in his face with a finger pointing and everything else, and it ended like that, and they basically escorted Drew McIntyre out the building and everything like that. But man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, man, it was so good. This feud is, oh man, it is so freaking juicy. I love it, man. It is like a big juicy freaking steak. I don't want it to end. It is so good. I am so glad. And I don't know, now that he stole this thing, I don't know, man, this is like getting personal. He stole his like thing with his wife and his dog, like the two things he loved the most. So this is gonna get good. He's like, okay, you're gonna take something from me. You're gonna take the championship away from me. Cool. I'm taking this thing away from you. It's crazy. But yeah, that is all for that video. For this video, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great, wonderful day, and I will see you in my next one. Okay, bye.